Hey, welcome back to Better Beaters. I want to take just a minute to thank you for watching. Also, little housekeeping. First, I've got a microphone. A lot of you guys were complaining that you couldn't hear a word I said. Now, you're going to wish you hadn't said anything. Secondly, we're back on the Cutlass. And this is how we're going to get started. So, this is a 5.3 liter Vortec LM7. It's the iron block out of a 2001 Chevy Silverado. Running engine. It's got over 200,000 miles though, so we are going to tear it apart and go through it. I've got big plans for this motor, and I will show you some of them later in the video. But before we get too crazy with opening boxes, let's go ahead and tear this thing apart quickly. Before I decided I was going to make a video of the teardown, I kind of got started without you guys. So I've already removed most of the wiring harness. I disconnected the throttle body, so that is loose. Intake's loose. We'll pull that off in a second. I just wanted to let you guys know, this was a running motor with the computer, with the wiring harness, with the O2 sensors, everything you need to plug this in and drive it. $500. So, I mean, it would be stupid to just drop it in a car without going through it. That's what we're going to do now. Before we get started, I want to make it very clear I'm not a mechanic. I'm going to mess stuff up. You guys are going to let me know, and I will appreciate that because I'm sinking a ton of money into this car. It's absolutely stupid. You're going to love it. Now, before you all get all uppity, this is a 2009 Silverado it's a 5.3 aluminum block, but it's not a beater. This is a really nice truck, so you're not going to see it on the channel unless it's just in the background. The point of this channel is to take crap old cars that nobody likes and make them awesome. Big Red was barely running in the first video. We're going to do the same thing to the 85 Cutlass. Oh, hey, by the way, one of the things I learned, these motors, not this motor, the LM7, not so much, but the crankshaft on these motors can have a different number of teeth on the reluctor wheel. An easy way to tell, if your crank sensor's black, you've got a 24 tooth. If it's gray, 58. You might need to know that if you go with an aftermarket computer like I did, which we'll get into later. All right, truck manifold out of the way. Is that a peanut? So we're not going to reuse much of the stuff on this motor. So we'll just get rid of that. Here's some trash. Throttle cable bracket, don't really need that either where we're going. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this off, and then I'll come back to you. And there's that. Harness is off. All I did was take the rest of the bolts out on everything. So valve cover's ready to come off. The heads are not. Got the exhaust manifolds off. They're in kind of bad shape. 2 bolts, 2 manifold bolts broke off in the head, here and here. So that kind of sucks. Here are the spark plugs. So you can tell this motor was not running well. But over 200,000 miles, can't expect much. So I'm gonna sit you back on the tripod and we'll take the rest of this crap apart. These are knock sensors. The Gen 3s, they're here in the valley. They moved them in the 4s. And we don't need these where we're going, so I'm not gonna exactly be careful with them. Okay. Scoot you over here. Take a look in this valve cover real quick. Okay. See this? It's kind of milkshaky. But the oil was clean when I drained it, so I mean, this could be from rain or something, I guess. I don't know. Let's rockers all feel good. Let's take these rockers off. So what we're looking for here, checking the ends of these push rods to make sure that they're all round. And they are. These actually look really good. So pull those out. Just check the other end and they all look really good too. So that's great. Okay, other side. All right, that actually looks really good. All right, so same deal. These all look really good. There's no broken springs, nothing's loose. Yep, looks good. Let's take these heads off. All right, passenger side. No adjustable rods, that's good. Driver's side. Ugh. Awesome. And we'll take these lifters out. Well, try to. This actually look really good.
A few moments later.
All these lifters are in really good shape. But here's what I want you to do. Walk them over here. Throw them in your junk bin. Just replace them. I gotta get this motor off of that stand and onto a cherry picker because the stand bolts into the oil pan and I want to take the pan off. So they sell these little lift plates. I got this one on Amazon. I don't know, 40 bucks or something. Take this rear cover off. If you say so. Get these pan bolts out. Oh yes, okay. I reckon we can take the oil pump off now. You want to open it up? Let's see if we can get the cam out. Actually, I'm going to move you in a little closer. Not something I'm going to reuse, so I'll put it in the junk bin. Now let's see if I can flip this motor over without making an enormous mess on the garage floor. Perfect. All right, get rid of this windage tray. Okay. All right, find a home for that. Okay, we're gonna take all the caps out. I'm just gonna go ahead and get these side bolts out. Okay, we get all these 13s off. And we'll get the 15s out. Okay. Rings are still free. Look at that. All the rods and pistons look pretty good. Let's get a rag. Oh boy. Down here, this is how the oil gets into the bearings. See, there's a little bit of goop there. So that's why we're here. So I'm sure the question you're asking now is the same one I'm asking myself, and that's why. I'm putting this on it. So I know there have been people that have abused these LM7s, the iron blocks, on the dyno, and touched 1,000 horsepower, and maybe that would work. It makes me nervous. If I go through all this work and throw a rod through the side of the block, it would really let the wind out of my sails. So just one of these for now. We might do a second one. it's so much money. I'm rapidly running out of money. It's a 7875 with a T4 flange. So the question you must be asking is, okay, David, if you're worried about throwing a rod through the block, you must have a plan. What's your plan? Well, my plan's, in these boxes and a bunch more boxes over there that you'll see later. But my plan starts here. So this is a 4340 forged crank from Summit Racing. I got this in a kit, which I will show you now. Attached to that crank will be these forged H-beam rods from the Summit Pro LS kit. And then you know what's next. Do I even have to tell you what's in this big white box? Probably not, but I guess I can show you anyway. Forged pistons. These have a dish, can't remember how many cc's, but this does lower the compression ratio just a tiny bit. These are 3.82 diameter, so we are going to be boring this block out 40 over. This kit's rated to handle 1,200 horsepower. Are we going to get there? I don't know. The goal is to gap nearly anything on the street. This is basically a no-budget build. I will spend whatever I have to spend to make it awesome. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how awesome some of these go-fast parts are that I've purchased. So, stay tuned. Stick around. We're going to make this G-body go fast. Make an ultimate sleeper. Certainly a better beater. If you haven't Please subscribe, like, comment, dislike, don't care. Just let me know you watched it. And let me know if you got any other ideas. I know we're going to have to stiffen the frame, we're going to have to do some suspension work, we're going to need new axle, we need new transmission. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Until next time, take care of yourselves and don't be a jerk.